Okay, this is Dark Side Phil. He has come back from a week-long hiatus that almost calls like a civil war in the A-log community, because without DSP drip feeding them a constant stream of inane slop to masturbate over, like fentanyl, they just start freaking the fuck out. Becoming conscious and having to look around and assess things as normal drives them into hysteria. So they almost lost their fucking minds. Um, and now he's back. Now he's come back. He said that it wasn't a good trip that he had. It was also an unplanned trip, so that was very suspicious. What he is saying is that he's going to sue everybody. Basically, I think he's been emboldened by Billy Mitchell, so he's threatening to sue people. And I'll just let him speak for himself here.
Oh, and I will say one more thing before we move forward. As of today, officially, there are parties involved documenting all of that. Who's doing what, how often they're doing it, how much they're doing it, when they're doing it, what they're actually doing. Like, are you actually rebroadcasting me fully? Are you just clipping and editing and doing transformative work? All of that is being documented as of today, formally. I'm going to have everything I need in the future. So if you're out there and you think you've had the gravy train all this time and, oh, it's all been free and clear, as of today, I'm giving you official notice publicly. I'm sure this will be clipped. Everything is now being documented for the future. So I hope that if you're someone who actually steals my content illegally and benefits from it financially, that you have like a backup. Because pretty soon, everything you're doing is going to either come to an end or be mine and I'm going to own it. Okay? If you pay for your house right now, your mortgage, with money that you make because you steal my content every day, well, pretty soon you're not going to have that money anymore. And in fact, all the money that you've made is going to be mine. You understand? So I'm just saying, now might be a good time to like go get a job and get some job applications out there. Maybe go, sing some fries or maybe Uber driver or something, something like that. Now might be the time to dip your toe into the lake of something else, because the days of milk and honey for you are coming to an end. Everything is now being recorded and you've gotten fair notice now, just so you know. So anyone else from this moment on who continues to do that behavior, that illegal behavior, you already knew that this was happening. You have no one to blame but yourself. I've given you fair public notice. Fair enough? Okay. Let's continue.
Well, no, it's not fair enough. If people are making transformative content, you don't get to bitch and moan about it and then just say that it's yours and you're going to sue them. That's actually unconstitutional. You can't just steal other people's shit. You can't stop people from talking about you. That's actually not fair enough. Matter of fact, it's not fair enough, bish. Let's see.
Take that, because wait a minute. He's earning a good living on his own merits, but we were always of the impression, our narrative was always that he couldn't do that. So how is it possible? Right? Because people actually like the content, because people like me. Unlike you, because when I was gone, your content was dead. No one cared about you when I was gone, because they're not watching for you. They're watching for me. Don't you get it, Leech? Don't you get it, Parasite? I'm the content. That's why I'm entitled to everything you get out of it. And I will have it someday.
I think that Wings of Redemption has a setup with his A-logs where he takes part of their ad rev and then they get to clip his shit and monetize it. So I don't know. It depends on how much of their content they're actually borrowing. Because the clip channels exist kind of in this gray area where, like, theoretically they're fair use, because there is precedent set that taking something in its entirety and transplanting it to a hostile space, like a different channel, is inherently a kind of transformation that changes the work. But all things intellectual property are like gray area and very case by case basis. Like the precedent where that's set, it's the Sargon case. And what Sargon had did was very clearly transformative, because he edited the video to he edited the sequence, so it's still one video or multiple videos by the same person, 100% her own content, but he takes clips and juxtaposes them next to each other to out her as a hypocrite. And that's very, very clearly transformative. But the judge in that case went really broad and said that the fact that it was even on his channel in the first place is a transformative element. So um, clips have never been tested in court, probably because the value of a clip is so low that it doesn't make sense to take that to court because a trial is $75,000 minimum. Um, so I'm not sure. I don't think DSP can afford that. But he he might be able to voluntarily work something out with them if they're fearful of losing their channel for whatever reason. It depends on how he plays it. There is precedent either which way of him just completely losing and then also him getting what he wants, you know. So he could win. However, I think legal mindset, who apparently is a really big channel now and has like 250,000 legal dick suckers, but apparently he's a big channel now, respected in the VTuber legal community, which is just the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. But apparently he's been contacted by DSP or knows people who have.
Bob Starkey says, "Hey, Andrew, sorry it's off topic. I tagged you on Twitter regarding DSP wanting to create contracts with Breeze streamers. We'll love your take on it." I need to look at that because there's I saw Billy Mitchell threatening to sue DSP. That would be a great one to talk about. And DSP has reached out to me personally, like behind the scenes. I just told him, "Hey, look, thanks for reaching out to me. I'm not the lawyer you need." I gave him some recommendations of a lawyer to contact. Obviously that can help him if he wants to start, suing people. DSP is a very interesting character on the internet. And I think there's going to be a long saga for DSP, including some legal battles. So look forward to that.
I guess he would just go for copyright infringement, which is like a very strong favored tort because IP laws are fucking batshit. But I'm not even sure. How much do you think those retards around DSP even make from just like clipping his channel and slapping in a 45-second long intro sequence where there's like Star Wars references and shit? You think Duty makes like $1,000 a month off his clips? He might. Clip channels can make a surprising amount of money. Hell no, couple hundred. I guess Zyzern would know. You were a clip channel at some point, right? I know that you archived all the Medicare streams. It's hard to say because oh yeah, 2,000 rupees. Even if it is like $500, that's a lot of money if you're like a fucking Malaysian or some shit. Yeah, I imagine if DSP is properly advised by someone who knows what they're doing, and he also follows directions and does exactly what he's told, I imagine he can probably swing a branch and get at least shared ad revenue from these clip channels that just clip the best parts of his streams and shit. And then I don't know. I feel like he could. I feel like he could get away with it. It's not again, it's not unprecedented and it's not dumb. The laws are set up in his favor, and there are people in his exact position who've done it before. Jordy did it. So we'll see. He won't. Oh, he won't follow advice. His clip channels will quit. The thing is, you say that. Like, okay, a principled person who really hates DSP would never ever take money. But DSP's biggest A-logs are like retarded, like psychopaths. So I don't think that's actually off the table. I think if you're like an Indian guy and clipping DSP is something that you enjoy, you get to do from home on your iPhone, and it makes you $500 a month. You're the richest man in your village and you don't do hard labor. If you're a Pajit and you have the option of taking $500 a month doing clips or $250 a month doing clips and sharing that with DSP, are you going to turn down that money and risk losing it all or getting sued and losing your channel? Probably not. So, yeah, I feel like he could do it.